Alright, ladies and gentlemen. I don't know if anything weird's gonna happen right now, but for those who are watching this later on, if you're not watching it live, got everything working. I was sharing stuff for a bit, and then suddenly it was like, oh, you're an error. I don't know if this is gonna work or something. I don't know. Anyway, let's continue. Spyro The Dragon. Let me find my remote. I was making up my bed just now, and you know. Actually, I'm gonna turn down the TVs and turn up this one a bit. Okay. As we continue the adventure, we are now in Beastmaker's curse. Some people say it like that. Some people have like accents to where it's like, you know, just kind of stuff like that. My Xbox currently says that, my Xbox One currently says that there are 0 viewers. Whereas, well, just as I said that, it said that it now says that there's at least 1 viewer, which is technically me. But anyway, just to clarify, I didn't stream yesterday as of this thing, but I was streaming now. So that's the point. Anyway, let's roll into this dragon. Bruno.
Nasty Nork is turning our swamp into an electrified junk heap. And it used to be so beautiful.
I'm sure it was.
You know, they kind of give Spyro a different direction. The tone of his voice when he says, "I'm sure it was." Right there, he was like, "I'm sure it was." But then, like in the PS1 version, it was definitely more sarcastic sounding. He was like, "I'm sure it was," you know, that kind of thing. Bunch of hogs. Let's see here. So I thought about it, and I'll probably just, I don't know how much I'll actually talk, unless there's someone in the chat. Oh, I'll leave back here. Made an update video today talking about these videos coming to my main channel instead of like my Let's Play channel or a separate channel. I was explaining stuff like that. Like I for now, I'm just uploading these to my main channel. But if someone suggests I should make another channel or just upload them to my Let's Play channel, despite it not being part of MopGX, which is the name of my, which is Masters of Playing Games X, the name of my Let's Play channel. So yeah. Anyway, let's hear what this dragon has to say. Let's see what Cletus has to say.
Spyro, it's great to see you, but I gotta go.
Alright. Let's see. Well, sometimes it's just a habit to, like, at some point I may just be quiet while I'm playing, but you know, we'll see. I do need to save my breath for if someone's in the chat, but you know. Let's see here. Misty Bog. Misty Bog is like the brightest level in this world. See, I normally don't play on Sundays. Then again, I've only been on Twitch for so long, but I've been streaming on Twitch for so long. I normally don't do Sundays or the weekends or whatever, you know, like Saturday and Sundays, but I have the opportunity today to be able to do that. So, you know, of course, by the time this is uploaded to YouTube, I don't know what day of the week it'll be, but hey, you know. At this point in time, I still have yet to upload the first stream of this game, but that's at this point in time. I'm sure you'll see it before hearing this comment if you're watching this later on. Yay! It may depend, but like, what I'll probably do is like I've mentioned this in the previous stream, but I'll probably take a stream to like a whole stream to like finish up any achievements and any skill points, which I can do that with Spyro Reignited Trilogy because the achievements feel more possible. I know these games pretty well. I mean, not that they're not. I mean, I still have a hard time on like 3 and stuff, and some things here and there. But you know, I guess for right now, I'm just gonna get the mushrooms. Oh, yeah, well, I should probably also get that treasure over there. Anyone's joining yet? No, not yet. I don't think. I missaw that. Nope. Oh well. This is what if I start streaming more. It's probably because I feel more comfortable with the way I'm able to do it like this, the way I'm doing it right now. So that may get me to go, hey, I'm gonna play all these games. Now, of course, there's probably, knowing me, considering I don't get paid on here, and not that I'm doing it for the money anyway, but like, considering I don't have this as a job, at some point I'm probably going to like not be playing, you know, as much or as like there's probably going to be a point where I don't stream as much, if at all, and then I'm going to start streaming again, and that's just kind of the way I am. Is I'll get in the mood to like do certain things. So technically, if I wanted to, I could leave right now.
I feel so sorry for all the dragons still trapped in Crystal. Maybe once you've rescued 50 dragons, I'll feel a little better.
So, as of right now, I can't leave. I think that, well, how many dragons do I have? Oh, 48. Okay, if I just get 2 in one level, I could technically leave if I wanted to. By the way, I am gonna get the mushrooms since I was already burning some of them. At least get that skill point. Okay, well, or an achievement, whatever the case is. I don't know if that sound came up. I know the picture doesn't come up, at least as far as I know of, because it didn't last time. So last few times, oh well. Dude, are there skill points here? I don't think there are. Huh. Well, I've got just about half of them already. Oh yeah, I'm gonna do the flight stage first. Yeah, in the original version of this game, like this was all black in the background. Like it was all dark. I mean, I think there were some clouds, but like it was all dark in the background and just, you know, a very dark place. And now it's just kind of like it's like technically nighttime, but it's kind of almost an overcast version of it. I don't know. Well, maybe I don't know how to describe it. Anyway, we're not going into Misty Bog. We're going into Wild Flight. I think this one gives me some trouble sometimes, time to time, but you know. Yeah, I probably shouldn't talk as much because it kind of makes me tired after a while. I'm already laying in my bed. Spyro, were you trying to land in the air there? Ugh. I do not like the way this plays. This feels. I mean, because he's just kind of going all up in the air and stuff, and not being proper. Let's see. I'm trying to remember. I think one of the only games that I've actually played in terms of a Let's Play. The only one I've really done the year that it came out. Not the day it came out, but at least the year it came out. Was what's that last stupid thing? See, this is what gives me trouble, is I don't always remember where all the crates are. Did I miss one over here? Yes, I did. But yeah, I don't always remember where all the crates are, and possible I might end up having to start this over again anyway, but we'll see. We'll see what happens. And kind of went in a weird order there, but if I can just get to the arches in time, I'll be able to beat this. Yeah, I'll be able to beat this in time. Yeah! Oh hey, well, what do you know? I completed it without touching the ground. Apparently that's an achievement. I completely forgot that was an achievement. Well, I got that out of the way, that achievement out of the way. Don't have to worry about going back to get that. Oh. Oh. Itchy back. There is going to be some point where I'll have to pause it and take care of something on my computer, but it's not done just yet, so it'll be a few more minutes. But it's not like I haven't paused it before, so, you know. Alright. Paris Village. I don't know how you pronounce that. Paris Village. You know, something I'd like to see in both the Spyro GBA games and the Crash GBA games. I'd like to see them kind of like maybe remastered, well, remade. It's, I mean, Activision. We can thank Activision for confusing the term. So before I go into it, if I remember to talk about it, the Crash and Spyro on GBA stuff. We can thank Activision for confusing it, but basically, what remaster is technically they take the same game. So like, I'm trying to think of an example. The recent the Tasmanian Tiger games would be considered remasters, as far as I know of. I mean, unless they actually build it from the ground up, just have it being the same. But like, if you recognize these guys, some are from the, I think some are supposed to be from the like those ice things, but then now they're in like a boggy type area, or like a misty. And we're in the swampy area. Anyway, so if you look at the Tasmanian Tiger, while there are some improvements, it's primarily the same game. Just, you know, like I said, has improvements here and there. That would be a remaster. These right here were built from the ground up. While they are mostly the same game, they just use the blueprints from the same game, and otherwise, this is a complete remake of the game. So, while they call these remasters, they're really remakes. Remaster I used to see remaster as like as just a fancier term of saying remake, but or just a fancier term of saying the cooler edition, you know. But a remaster is again where you literally just take the same game and then you make some little improvements here and there, add some things here and there, and that's a remaster. And for like put them on like a modern system or something. And you know, now my cat's meowing. So I'm pretty sure some people might be confused by what I say. So you know, and of course reimagining is like a fancier remake. It's like a remake of a game, but with like completely new stuff. It follows a general story, but it still changes up a lot of things. And Claude, I guess? Claudie? I don't know.
Watch out, Spyro. The Norks in these parts have discovered the power of electricity, and it really stings.
So yeah, yeah. So remastered. That's right, Sylvester. He was just kind of in a mood there. Yeah, remaster is. These aren't remasters. These are remakes. So just keep that in mind. I think that saying remaster though makes it sound cooler. And I think marketing-wise, it probably sounds better to people than saying remake. Well, it used to. Now it's just kind of like, eh. Just kind of there. So yeah, anyway. Let's kind of concentrate on the game here. Well, I mean, duh. Alright, let me get this out of the way here. Don't remember which one of these. Okay, that's that one. And you get like an achievement, or no, it's a skill point for going through all these, and you know. Yeah. I mean, I have plenty of health, of course, but you know, and health available to get, but still, try not to get killed here or get hit as much. So like something else I would probably consider a remaster in a way. I mean, some things are a little confusing as to what they would actually be, but one thing I'd probably also call a remaster is I'll just wait a bit. For I don't know how to pronounce that.
Good job, Spyro. One day you'll be able to tell all the dragons about your amazing adventures.
Sure, but what I'd really like to do is get out of this swamp.
And ladies and gentlemen, I shall be right back. And we're back, I think. So anyway, what would technically be a remaster, I guess you could say, maybe, would be a remaster, would be, the Sonic Adventure DX, like Sonic Adventure DX and Sonic Adventure 2 Battle. Well, yeah, they would be more like remasters than remakes. Like, more so Sonic Adventure 2, but, on like Sonic Adventure 2 Battle was more of a remaster. The one between the two that would be closer to being a remake would probably be Sonic Adventure DX, but it's still kind of a remaster. It's mostly a remaster. There's my skill point. I did miss a few gems back there, so if I go around looking confused, then it's my own fault. Let's see here. Yeah, over there. So I'll need to do that. But first, while I'm up here. Shouldn't have lit that one at first, because there's actually a there's a like a skill point or a trophy or like a achievement or something if you light all those, and within like I think like 15 seconds or 20 seconds, something like that, within like a few seconds, which you can do because they're all near each other. So I should have waited to light this one, but oh well. Again, it's another thing I can just save for you know, doing these later on. We're all done here for now. At least in terms of just the main game and not fully completionist, I guess you could say. All right. So now people are looking forward to a Spyro 4, a not Enter the Dragonfly Spyro 4. But I'm pretty sure it's taking a minute, but also like there's some strong hints that it's coming. They haven't at this point in time they haven't announced anything yet. So it's not necessarily a matter of if it's gonna come, but more of a when. Well, okay, if it's still there. Dude, that was stupid of you. It's not a matter of, but it's more so a matter of when they'll do it, when it's gonna be announced and when it'll be released and stuff. But yeah, that's pretty much, that's just gonna be down the road, and you know. Yeah, it's you know, a matter of when, because you know, like with Crash and everything, there's been, if you look around all the Spyro references and Spyro stuff, there's just been strong hints at a Spyro sequel of some kind. Oh yeah, shoot, I forgot to let this thing. Again, another thing I could just later on take care of. Lord, sus. Yeah, there's a Some people like you got people saying the slightest weird thing, just ever so slightly, and then some people are like, oh my gosh, that's so sus. I should block him. Block him or her. I mean, you can never be careful, of course. You can never be too careful, of course, but still, well, okay, you can. It just depends. Like some people, like, okay, there are some real creeps here on the internet. Don't get me wrong. But you know, you got to be really careful. But at the same time, there's some people that use that term loosely, and sometimes in like the wrong areas. Like someone is literally just making a joke, and then they're like, "Oh my gosh, sus, fetish, block," you know. Not everyone's that way. I know some people who are actually who actually get jokes and so like I make jokes about weird. But anyway, I make jokes about stuff, but hold on just a moment. I'll be right back, folks. Okay. So, let's see here. So I had left a comment on, I'd left a comment on, one of Naomi Kyle's, videos, like an update video or something, and there was like a point where she left a part in the video where she was like kind of whistling. I think she was trying to think of what to say, and she was whistling, and then like made a funny noise, and it almost sounded like it could have been a burp. And I commented something about that. I said something about a funny noise. Couldn't tell if it was a burp or not. And then she replied to it. She liked it, but also she replied to it. As far as I know, it was her that liked it. You don't really see who all likes it, your comments or videos all together. You just, Anyway, she was replying to that. So since a person that a lot of people know, a slightly famous person, commented on my comment, replied to my comment, I'm now famous. I won't forget the little people. Just joking. Oh boy. Yeah, she can be pretty funny. She's cool to watch some Let's Play stuff on here. Roscoe.
Be on the lookout for attack frogs. They are cold-blooded killers.
Attack frogs?
And this used to be such a nice swamp.
But then, you know, you would have some people that would probably look at that, comment that, like, on one of their videos, if I said something like that, and go, "Oh my gosh, sus!" And then, like, you know, well, right now it's sus. This is the cool thing to say. And for like all four of you that don't know what sus means, no, sus of course means suspicious, suspect. Well, it could be, you know, whatever, suspicious basically. But yeah, some people might look at that and go, "Oh my gosh, sus, block," you know, potentially block. And I'm just like, it's a joke. Not everything that sounds a little weird, not every weird joke is not every weird sounding thing is a fetish. Like, there are people that have fetishes for weird stuff like that, but you can't just go around assuming everyone's like that. I don't know, it just gets on my nerves. Like, some people just can't seem to handle my weird sense of humor. And then there's people that can, and those people are cool, and you should ignore and just overly hate the people that don't. I'm just joking. Cage free, maybe. Okay. I guess I could do it with either. I guess I was able to do it with either chicken. Okay. Sometimes you can hit those fairies, and they do things. Let's see here. So yeah, yeah, people don't need to be like, just like I said, they kind of use these terms loosely. I mean, of course, we see it everywhere. We see, I'm not trying to get it political here, but we see terms like when people say something's racist, something's sexist, something's blah blah, something phobic, whatever. They use the terms very loosely. And nowadays, there's just a bunch of stuff that doesn't even have anything to do with the words, and they just say it. And Zeke here says,
Thank you for releasing me.
okay, he didn't have much of a, he didn't really have any additional information there. Which, I mean, honestly, again, at the time, writing all this stuff would have been probably a little difficult, you know. Spyro's almost always had like I said, the shorter end of the stick when it comes to like working on games instead of like Crash, or unlike Crash and stuff. I feel kind of bad, or feel kind of sorry for Crash and Spyro, for their games that are exclusive to the DS. It's like the non-exclusive games on DS are way better than their DS exclusive games. Cause like Crash Boom Bang, again, that's like one of the worst games I've ever played. And Spyro Shadow Legacy, it was kind of very overall. Whereas like, well, okay, there's actually been more Spyro DS games technically than Crash. In fact, I think, if I'm not mistaken, I think Spyro has actually had more life on portable systems than it has on consoles, whereas Crash has kind of had it the other way around. If you don't count the Switch versions as just portable games. I'll explain here in a bit. Bubba.
I'll tell you what to do with those creatures. Smash them, Spyro! Stamp them out and squish them and squash them!
How about charge them and flame them? We are dragons after all.
Let me get a drink of water here. Hydrate. No, it's a command that a lot of people have on their Twitch streams. So anyway, what I mean, okay, so like if you notice that, you think about all the portable Crash games, think about all the portable Spyro games. Let's see. With Crash, there's the first two GBA games. There's Purple. There's the GBA version of Nitro Kart. There's I'm counting with my fingers. That's why I wasn't really moving much there. There's Of the Titans, so that's 5 games. GBA of Crash. And then there's, let's see, then there's the Spyro games. There's Spyro, I'm trying to think, there's like 3 different exclusive Spyro games of the GBA. There's Orange, and then there's the first 2 Legend of Spyro games. So that's 6 of them, as far as I know of. So that's more than Crash. And then there's what else is there? There's Spyro, or no, there's Crash. Oh yeah. So there's more on GBA. Okay, when it comes to the DS games, there are, let's see, when it comes to Spyro, or no, Crash, we'll start with Crash first. There, for some reason, there's Crash Boom Bang, and then of the Titans and Mind Over Mutant. That's 3. And then with Spyro, there's Shadow Legacy, and then all three of the Legend of Spyro games. So, yeah, there's 4. So basically, Spyro has had more life on handhelds than console games. Whereas with Crash,
Thanks for releasing me. It seems like I've been trapped in here since I was your age.
Oh, no.
Why, I remember,
Gotta go.
yeah, again, they kind of changed the tone of his voice there. He goes, "Oh no," like he was actually concerned. I mean, maybe they were still going for the oh no kind of thing, like where, well, you know. Anyway, but yeah, so you got, what I'm trying to say here, Spyro on consoles, there was the original trilogy on PlayStation, whereas, you know, Crash had 2 extra, but then again, Crash did start first, so it's a little more understandable. And then you had, let's see, you had like in the 6th generation, you had Crash, Wrath of Cortex, Crash, so you had Crash, Wrath of Cortex, I need to go this way. You had Crash, Wrath of Cortex, Crash, Nitro Kart, Crash Twinsanity, Crash Tag Team Racing, Crash of the Titans, and Crash Mind Over Mutant. So that's like 6, I think. Yeah, 6 Crash games there. And then you have Spyro, Enter the Dragonfly, Spyro, A Hero's Tale, and then the 3 Legend of Spyro games. Well, you know, people have it on PS2. So that's, yeah. Now, Spyro is the only one out of the two. Spyro is the only one that has a PS3 version of a game, which is the 3rd Legend of Spyro game, where for some reason of the Titans and Mind Over Mutant weren't on PS3. They were on 360. It's kind of okay. I'm sure. Okay, that may have been purposely programmed so that you won't just get hurt immediately when you come out. That may have been on purpose. At least I hope that was on purpose. I mean, not that it really matters because it doesn't harm me; it just harms the enemy. Now then, let's go to Treetops. This one, I don't know what it is. It's really fun to play. Maybe it's because you're jumping everywhere. I don't know what it is. Wait. Yeah. Oh. It's the way he's at, right? The way he's angled right now. Yeah. So this is a fun level. But yeah. So overall, Crash has mostly had more console games than Spyro. And Spyro's technically had more portable games than... If we're just talking portable exclusive, if we're talking... as of right now, if we're talking, like, you know, portability in general, then technically, right now, Crash has the upper hand. Because there's been 2 remasters and a new game on the Switch. So, you know, whereas with Spyro, there's only been 1 remaster on Switch, and that's it. So technically, technically, I think Crash has the upper hand. Maybe either he does or they're equal. Either way, you know. Isaac. I don't know.
Spyro, if you jump at the end of a supercharged ramp, you can really go far.
I'm all over it.
Let's see. I can go really far, and I think as far as this. I'm gonna go ahead and get that out of the way. It's like, you know, sometimes it is a bit of a head scratcher. See, I like puzzle type situations in some of these games when they're fun to do. Like when you figure it out, it's so satisfying. I love those. Not the ones where it's so confusing that whenever you finish it, you're like, finally, you know. That's the thing about a game, is that like if I'm playing it and I feel and it feels as long as it's lasting, I don't think that's as good. Not that necessarily that the game's always bad, but whenever you get to a point where you're just like, I just want to get through this, then yeah, that's, you know, I love that. These designs. But anyway, but yeah, when it comes to like, I think Cat Icarus put it really nicely. Like, it's one of the best ways to describe it. So he described this as the way he compared it. He really enjoyed Animal Crossing New Horizons, and he's put like, I think like 90-something hours or just so many hours into it, and it didn't even feel like it. Whereas with Doom Eternal, it only took him 35 hours, significantly less hours, but it felt like 30-something hours or something like that. At least that's how he put it. So you notice the thieves here are not carrying the eggs, they're just carrying gems now, and they're not in the blue clothing. Blue cloth. I don't know. Anyway, let's see. So technically, I could just leave here, but obviously I want to complete the level, so this level's just begging to be completed. Let's see. So I think part of the reason I don't hardly use cheats anymore is because I've gotten so used to playing these newer games where turning on cheats will turn off the achievement system, achievement/trophy system. So I don't hardly use cheats anymore because I got so used to not using them so I could earn some more achievements and trophies and stuff. Let's see here. Let's see. But yeah, Portal and Portal 2, those are games that, like, yeah, by now I'm able to almost speedrun through them when figuring out what to do. But I think that like those games, you know, like those games are obviously puzzle games, like puzzle first person, technically first person shooter, but it's not in the same way. But yeah, I was just thinking like those are games that are great examples of like games being so satisfying when you figure out what to do. So like in this game, it has a lot of aha moments, like where, that's how you get the treasure, that's how you get over there, you know, that kind of thing. Wow.
Greetings, Spyro. For an amazing tour of the Treetops, don't just stop at one supercharge.
I see. And go ahead and get this done. But yeah, like when you figure this stuff out, it's so much fun. Yeah. There we go. Be sure I got everything. Dead.
That was quite a ride, Spyro. You learned a lot since you were a young glider.
Yeah, well, you could have found an easier spot to get stuck.
I like that little thing where whenever he's running, it plays a little. It kind of has like a more upbeat version of the stuff. Hey, Mister. Going to now run into that. There we go. I will still need to go back and get that treasure though. Goodbye. And I'll need to go somewhere. Sparks will lead me in the right way if I'm not getting the treasure on time, or if I'm not finding the treasure. It really doesn't feel like it's been 50 minutes, so I guess I'm enjoying the game. Because as of right, well, okay. Some of those minutes are from me getting the stream prepared, but overall, it really doesn't feel like I'm. Really doesn't feel like it's been 50 minutes. That treasure. Now, let's go back up here. So apparently, there was a point during development when they were originally going to have, like for Spyro Reignited Trilogy, they were originally going to have it to where you could switch between these graphics and the PS1 graphics. Like, basically the game would have the same physics, but would, and it'd almost be like what Halo Combat Evolved Anniversary did, and Halo 2 on Master Chief Collection. Where it made it to where you could you know, switch between the graphics. The only problem is that they switched up the voice acting and stuff, and that would have complicated things when trying to even it out with trying to even things out with what's going on in the game. So they just stuck to what you know Crash ended up doing. As far as I know of, I think that's the story I've heard where you know all that happens. Yeah, I got everything right. Yeah, I didn't pay attention that much. Right, one of those instantly forgot things. By the way, if you're wondering, I don't feel bad or pathetic for not really having any viewers at the moment, because there's still some streamers I watch that like sometimes they have like 1 or 2 viewers, and one of the viewers is probably them, so they can check on what's going on. So I don't really feel bad. I don't feel, oh my gosh, I'm pathetic. I don't have any. I don't feel that. Let's see. I mean, would I like some more viewers? Of course. But I'm just saying that, like, I wouldn't want people to just force themselves to watch this just to support me. I want them to watch it if they enjoy it. I want you all to watch any of my videos, if you enjoy them. I mean, okay, you can watch them just to support me if you want to, but my main thing is I hope that you enjoy the content. So that's where I'm going with. Like, I wouldn't want, you know, again, I wouldn't want you to just sit down and just watch it, just be like, oh man, I don't be like, oh man, I hate this, but you know, I'm just here to support. Which I appreciate it, you know, if you do that, but like, still, main thing, you know, the main thing. I can't remember what kind of skill point is here. Oh, just get there without being hit. Okay. I can't remember if it's either without getting hit or just in general without dying. Yeah, I remember these creatures had looked really weird in the original version, and now they have more like ape looks to them. So they're more of like a monkey. Yeah, I mean there were creatures on here I couldn't tell what they were supposed to be. So here's another rant I feel like doing right now. Let's see. So I know that there's people that have problems with hearing about spoilers, and while there are some cases where I'd rather figure it out for myself, you know, somewhere I'm just like, you know, okay, I want to watch the story on my own, or play the story on my own, watch this movie and figure out the ending on my own and stuff, like, you know, blah blah blah. I'm not like, oh my gosh, I want to do it on my own or else it's ruined forever. No, I don't. There's a lot of stories where I really don't care if I hear the spoilers or not. Because like, here's one thing for me at least, which may be a little more understandable for some people. I'm probably not going to be getting a PS5 anytime soon. I mean, I don't know, things could happen, but like, at this point in time, I'm probably not going to have a PS5 anytime soon. And of course, that's where the new, like, better looking Ratchet and Clank game came out. Like, better as in, like, compared to what they've done for the past decade, I guess. Shoot. Well, we'll see for sure if I still get the skill point or not. But anyway, what I mean is, like, I don't know for, like, if I'm not going to be getting a PS5 anytime soon, so I'm not going to be able to play through the new Ratchet and Clank. So naturally, I really wanted to know what happens throughout the story. So what I did was I watched all the cutscenes on YouTube, and it's a pretty interesting story. Like, it's, you know, the quote-unquote first time Ratchet's seen another Lombax, even though Angela, but whatever, they're pulling the alternate universe things anyway. But anyway, just checking to be sure if I missed anything. Anyway, so whoa, saw the inside of Sparks' face there for a moment. I don't know, like, I didn't mind those quote-unquote spoilers, because I'm not going to be able to see it for a while, so why not? Anyway. But, like, and here's the thing. Giving away the ending that may have a big ending, and so, or in general, giving away the ending, it's like, okay, I get that a little more. But when it's something that's, like, near the beginning, or something that's just, like, is about to happen, it's obvious it's going to happen, and then, like, you know, that's when it gets ridiculous to, like, say, don't spoil it, you know, that kind of thing. That's a little retarded, well, you know. Sadiki, whatever.
Metalhead is all charged up to meet you. Attacking the power pole should disrupt his power supply.
So what I love to do is this. Is to make him destroy his own stuff. But yeah, because like I've seen people actually get mad that I spoiled a moment that was just about to happen. We knew it was gonna happen, and it's like they were just getting upset. Like okay, I'm not gonna say who, but I remember I commented like motivation. Just kind of in a joking way, but like motivation, the next level, like to help him get through the next world or get to the next level, get through the rest of the level he was having a little bit of trouble on. And I said, Dingo Dial, talking about Crash 4. I said Dingo Dial is the next is the, you know, you get to use Dingo Dial in the next level and stuff. And he's like, oh man, you spoiled it for me, blah blah. And then like some of the commenters are like. Oh my gosh, why'd you spoil it? Blah blah blah, it's the end of the world. And I'm like, wow, you guys are so stupid. You know, I'm just thinking that. And then I kind of jokingly, like sarcastically went, at some point you get to use Cortex, which is something everyone knew. And they didn't get as mad about it, but they were like, just stop talking about it, you know, just like getting all babyish about it. I was like, I'm just thinking, are you guys for real right now? Did I just ruin the entire game for you? And I'm just like, this is so childish. I mean, and that's coming from me, who makes a lot of childish jokes. But yeah, that's just, it's really dumb, the way they are. I did get perfect, right? They didn't count me getting hit, right? Okay. So it's just the bosses. Not the, not necessarily the whole level. That's something I always forget. But anyway, yeah, so... just watch out for me, I give away spoilers without thinking. That's just... people overreact with stuff like that. More so than me overreacting about it right now, but like about people overreacting about it. But you know, it's just kind of a moment where I need to pause it real quick. Hold on just a moment. Let's see here. Hmm? Let's see here. And now, yeah, that's what my cat said. Hold on just a minute. Anyway, so yeah, there's a lot of, I mean, it's the internet, of course, but there's a lot of things people overreact to on here. It's just like, it's just like, guys, calm down. It's really not that big of a deal. So yeah, just replying to stuff. There's just like a sudden burst of messages coming to me, so let's say it like that. Anyway, I always seem to have trouble here, even in the both in this one and the original, because it's just like it's kind of like just far enough to where you can always barely make it. Like half the time you don't make it, that kind of thing. Let's see if there's any more. Yeah, I think there's some more gems over here. And I think there's some more by the finish line. No, there's not. They're over here somewhere. Where did I? Oh, here it is. Kind of blending in with the grass there. And I got an achievement for getting 500 gems on a level. So if you notice something about the lifespan of these achievements so far, achievements and trophies and stuff. So if you notice, okay, so like when they first came out, when they first came out, at least on consoles, I'm not sure when they started on PC games, but like when it comes to consoles, obviously it started with like the 360.
I feel much better now that so many dragons have been rescued. Jump in the balloon, and I'll show you the Dreamweaver's world.
Okay, Cray the Ballotus.
Are you ready to go?
I'm ready to go to Dreamweavers. Anyway, if you notice the first achievements were usually kind of, they actually felt more like you were getting achievements. Not to sound like one of those people that are like, it needs to be punishingly hard. Because I'm really against those types of people. I'm really against that type of logic. But here's the thing. Alright, so they actually felt like you really achieved something. And they gave you like a lot of points for them too. Like whatever you did, they actually gave you quite a few points. And then you had some games that had like these days we're so used to achievements, either giving you something that ends in 0 or ends in 5. So like anywhere from like 5 to, you know, or 25 or 20, 30, 35, whatever points. That's what we're used to these days. Whereas back then there were generally a lot of games that would do stuff like that. But there were some games that would give you like 32, 29, you know, just a weird number, and weird by today's standards. Or at least at Skylands now. I'm sure it's some kind of reference to them here in this world somewhere. Anyway, so then you have I remember like, you know, they would some games would be really hard to achieve the achievements. And then eventually it got to a point where they would just give you achievements for doing just about anything. You get an achievement for walking, you get an achievement for killing your first enemy, killing your second enemy, you know, just, you get a lot of achievements for doing a lot of stuff. I think these days, it kind of depends on the game, but it's a little more evened out now. Like, it's where you still get quite a few achievements for doing simpler things, and then you also get achievements for doing tougher things. It's just, you don't get an achievement for walking, but, you know. What does this dragon have to say? What does Latif say?
Welcome to the Dreamweavers, young one. While chasing Nasty's minions in this world, you must expect the unexpected and prepare for what is not there.
Well, you know. So, my cat meowed. I don't know if you all heard that or not. But anyway, so yeah. Trophies and achievements are a little more evened out. I cannot tell if these are supposed to be guys or gals, or, you know, or some mixture of both. Fool's Errand. Okay. Yeah, I'm not there's some of these achievements I forgot you get. But yeah, part of the I know this game so well, and that's probably partially why I was able to get all achievements in these games. So yeah, what I'm most likely gonna do is I'm gonna one day take a stream to finish up. I don't know how long the stream will be, but I'm gonna take a stream to finish up whatever I didn't complete during these games, and I think I'll save it. I've already described this many times before, but I'll save it for after I beat, you know, until after I beat like Spyro 3 on here. Zikamo.
Hello, Spyro. Nicely done. I'll be done when I've toasted that nasty Nork.
Nasty Knork. I don't know. Oh, I forgot about those armor things over there. Armor creatures. Fools, I guess they are. Let's see here. Yeah, it really doesn't feel like it's been, it really doesn't feel like it's been 70 minutes since I started the stream. Because I'm enjoying myself. And I've got to sneeze.
The fools you see in this world are invincible, but that does not mean they shouldn't be attacked.
Sounds all right to me.
Jeez. We've got a life of a living hell here in the Dragon Worlds. Let's see. Take care of it. That kind of gets on my nerves about this. This happens in the original version too, where like it doesn't really have an aimer for sure, and it'll aim at only one of them, even when you're aiming like toward another one. It's kind of annoying, but yeah, not a big deal. It only happens. You only have to get through here once like that. Well, just depends, but. Let's see. By the way, secret area. Skill point. So yeah, that was actually kind of stumped me for a moment when I first played this. Okay. I got it. Okay then. There we go. That was kind of weird. Let's see. Oh yeah, I know where some other treasure is. It's down here. But I will need to go back up there at some point to play the flight level. Huh, look at that. That was kind of a problem in this game, is that Sparks doesn't get all the gems. He's supposed to. And he doesn't. Because he's lazy, I don't know. But he's supposed to get the gems. Okay, I think I see what they did. Whatever fool you hit first, if they're both down, only the first one will come up. As far as I could tell. Because in the original, each one had their own thing. But like those two, you know. Anyway, icy flight. Whew. So speaking of Naomi Kyle that I was talking about earlier, wow, it kind of looked weird there. I always have trouble with this one, not just because I messed up there, but also because there's something about the time that you have, the amount of time you have. Like the amount of time they give you seems like it's not enough. Like how you have to get all these things. It's kind of not. I don't like this one as much, but at least it's the last one, and it's not like some middle one where it's like suddenly harder than the last one for no reason whatsoever. Let's see here. I think one of them's over here, and screw it, I'll just go over here and probably wasting time already. But it just feels like it's not because of the way I'm doing it. Well, I mean, honestly, it does kind of feel like there's no right way to do it, but, you know, the only right way is if you win. Like, but, you know, we'll see what happens. Let's see. Ew. Anyway, yeah, Naomi Kyle streams, shoot, what was I gonna say about it? Oh, not her streams, but her herself. People have noticed that she's, like, gained some weight. Or she did. She's been on a journey to try and fix that, but yeah, she was, yeah, I noticed that, like, I hadn't seen her in a while. I haven't saw her, whatever the proper term is. But, like, I remember seeing her, like, after a while, because you know, of us, a lot of her knew her from IGN. And, when we saw her later on, she got a little big, and some people say chunky. But, I mean, not that that's a problem. I mean, I've gotten a little chunky myself over the years. I used to be a stick figure, and now I'm well, I guess you could say chubby. I've definitely, you can definitely notice a weight gain, but I'm not, like, absolutely big, but, you know, anyway. Well, she's been losing some weight here and there, and she's, it was just kind of interesting just to see her like that. I mean, to see anybody, I mean, like, let's be real here. Like, I mean, well, okay, I'm gonna be real here. I should say it like that. So, my classmates, just about every single one of them that I've seen, like, in more recent years that were in the same class as me, of course. They're all, like, really big. Well, not really big, but, like, there are some that are just, like, a lot. They're bigger than they used to be, basically. Not everyone got that way, but a lot of them did. Like, I've seen so many people do like that. And apparently it's just a very common thing that when you get older, I guess you stop worrying about your looks and, like, oh my gosh, I'm fat. You know, you stop worrying about that. I mean, like I said, not that you should feel ashamed anyway. If you get to a point, now, I would say there's shame in, like, if you got fat because you're, like, you get lazy and you don't do anything to really lose the weight. Like, you kind of did it and you're just like, you know. laziness. That's what I'm like, you know. But if you really can't help it, like you legit like just cannot help it, then don't worry about it, you know. More so if you're so big and it's in an unhealthy way. Not necessarily that you should worry about your looks, but more so about your health. I mean, in general, worry about your health, but you know what I mean. But yeah, if you just get lazy because you eat unhealthy and you're just and if you just get big because you're lazy and you eat unhealthy and you're just like, eh, that's when I feel less sorry for you. Of course, I used to be unhealthily skinny. Like, I used to be a stick figure because I was well, had a lot of anxiety at the time. I still have anxiety here and there, but you know. Had a lot of it. Had a lot of just, you know, back in like 2010, I got to where I was almost, I was like whenever it came to how many pounds I was like, I think I was like 10 something, like 108 or something like that. Like that is not healthy for someone my size, even back then. Like someone at my height and stuff, that's not a healthy weight. But you know, I probably should lose a little bit of weight anyway now, even though I'm not that big. It wouldn't hurt to like lose some weight. But anyway, let's see here. Go ahead and take care of these fellers. So, just to conversate more, I've noticed that, like, what's his name, that talked for Shake on Aqua Teen, that's the one I know I'm most for, has been in so many, like, children's shows recently. I think that's just, like, that's kind of the lifespan of a, or it's kind of the career lifespan of a voice actor. It seems like when you start out as an adult thing, you're eventually going to end up in some kind of children's thing, because, like, okay, you got Vin Diesel, and I'm not sure where he started. You got Vin Diesel of the Fast and the Furious franchise. Pretty sure the first one or two came out before Pacifier, but hold on.
Hey, Spyro. All dragons know there's magic in a fairy's kiss. See what it can do to your power of flame.
Scratching my head. I don't know if y'all heard that or not, because it's in my head. But anyway, like, there's always these voice actors that are like, you know, they're in more adult things or just for an older audience. And then eventually they end up talking or being in something in general for something for like a younger audience. And like I said, like I'm pretty sure that the Pacifier came out after the original Fast and Furious, at least the first one, because eventually, like the first time I saw Vin Diesel was in the Pacifier, and I remember that like I remember that day, or kind of. Yeah, that was the first time I saw Vin Diesel was in the Pacifier. Technically, I wasn't old enough to watch some of the other stuff. Like technically, I wasn't old enough to watch stuff like Fast and Furious. Well, I mean, I'm sure there were kids that did watch it, but that were my age at the time. But like I was like 10, I think, when Pacifier came out. And well, anyway, you know, that's more of a family-friendly thing. And even though Vin Diesel is more known for his stuff, his roles in like things more for adults, but you know. Anyway, but yeah, I've just noticed that about adult actors that were in more adult things.
Hold your horns. Here comes Spyro.
Patience, little one. You'll soon have the opportunity to battle the one who matters most. Nasty Nork.
But yeah, you got, ow. But yeah, you got that. Let's see. Take care of that. Go ahead and get this chest too. But like the widest kids you know, if you remember Trevor Moore, may he rest in peace. He was, you know, known for widest kids you know. I mean, he did create it after all. He was like one of the major people a part of it. And he was really funny. That guy, I don't normally get so sad over certain like actors dying and stuff. Oh yeah, by the way, a little secret here, a little aha moment. I mean, it's obviously I feel bad for, you know, families and stuff like that. And, you know, it's a little sad. Like it hit me a little bit whenever James Avery died back in like I think he died like on the last day of 2013. By the way, the dragon has to say.
You've become a master of the supercharge. Great work.
Yeah, this is one of those levels that took us forever to figure out how to complete. Originally. But anyway, yeah, Trevor Moore, he was a funny guy. And he was too young when he died. Or he was too young to die, basically. But, you know, it's... Anyway, so... I didn't know originally, but he actually, I think created the show, Walk the Prank or something like that on Disney, which I've never actually, like, sat down and watched an episode. I may have seen some clips, but like I didn't actually know that Trevor was involved in that. So while he's not technically in the show, as far as I know, I mean maybe he's appeared somewhere, but like while he's technically not in the show, he's that's still a children's show he wrote for. He's a part of. And then obviously Widest Kids You Know, that's definitely more adult. Let's see here. Just gonna check an image and I'll move around just to keep your attention span. But yeah, anyway, shoot, I need to go back over there. I think there's some treasure I forgot to get. As far as I know of, let me just go ahead and do that again then, just in case. By the way, the fairy kiss that I got there, you notice there's not a timer, and that's because this is a permanent one for as long as you're in the level. Let's see here. Yeah, I forgot this right here. Anyway, so yeah, I just noticed that about some adult actors and stuff, or actors that are playing more adult things, that they eventually end up in a more family-friendly one eventually. But yeah, but I remember, like Jodie Foster was in, I think it was her, was in a was in a like a PG-rated movie for, you know, family movie or whatever years ago. Even though she was well known for being more adult and more adult stuff at the time. I think I got everything. Well, okay. There's one thing I do kind of want to try and get now, while I'm thinking about it. While I am. Need to go. That doesn't really matter that much. Still need to be at the top. But yeah. I've seen some things like where people. Let's see. Okay. If I can make it over, get the wizard's hat. That's a. I can't remember if it's a skill point or achievement. Let's see if it's in the skill points. It is, yeah. Okay, so it is a skill point. So yeah, obviously the wizard's hat and stuff. Some of the stuff was not in the original because they were just adding things to be part of you know. Gosh darn it! It's really hard to actually get up there. I just want to get this one over with while I'm thinking about it. Yes. Okay. Anyway, where I was getting at earlier was I had noticed that the guy who talked for Shake from Aqua Teen is like talking for characters and like more younger for a series that are more for kids and stuff or a younger audience. Like one example is that Thunderman show that was on Nickelodeon for a while. He talked for like their pet rabbit or something, or someone's pet rabbit on there, which the only reason I know this is because I keep the TV on at night to help me sleep and stuff, and then like sometimes when I have it on Nickelodeon, that Thunderman show was on, and apparently the rabbit is some kind of like super villain, but like the hero turned him into a rabbit so he couldn't, I guess so he couldn't do harm or whatever. Anyway, so yeah, the rabbit, I forgot the name of, Dr. something. Yeah, he's voiced by the guy who talks for Shake. Now like in a more recent cartoon, like a more recent cartoon, he's a part of. One of them that came out this year, the Patrick Show. He talks for Patrick's grandpa, and then Dark Passage, and some kind of Disney show, something the Ghost and something. I can't remember the Ghoul, and I can't remember what it's called. Some new Disney show. Which a clip I watched of it makes me want to watch the show now to try and watch a full episode because it looks funny. But yeah, I just it's funny to hear that voice because it's iconic to me because I sort of grew up with Aqua Teen, sort of. Like I didn't watch it. I mean, it came out at a time when I was too young for it, but my sister watched it, so of course I watched it some, and it's a funny show. Not the later seasons as much, but like I want to say around season, I don't remember if it was 5, 6, 7. I can't remember one of those. It just wasn't as good. Anyway.
The enemies here can be quite frightening, but you should watch the fools.
I'd rather flame the fools.
Now you're thinking.
Alright. So I was playing the other day. I was playing Cartoon Network Punch Time Explosion, which for those of you who don't know, is basically Cartoon Network's Smash Bros. And it's not bad. Like, it's really not a bad game. I actually had some fun with it. Excuse me for a moment.
Thank you for releasing me.
Like, it's really not. He had like a catfish look to him. I don't know. He was that game, like, it didn't get the warmest reception at the time, and I'm not saying it's some masterpiece by any means, but I think it honestly, okay, so let me put it this way. I don't know how exactly I would compare it to the gameplay of PlayStation All-Stars, but I thought it was better than PlayStation All-Stars in some areas. Like, the gameplay itself I thought was better than PlayStation All-Stars. Now with the character selection, while there are definitely some characters I like, there are also characters I don't care about. And they missed a huge opportunity when they didn't have Ed, Edd and Eddy or Courage. Excuse me.
You know, I think you just might be the dragon to defeat Nasty Nork. That's me, all right.
Let's see. But yeah, Cartoon Network Punch Time Explosion is not at all a bad game. Would I recommend it over Smash Bros? Of course not, but when it comes to but in terms of the gameplay on the game itself, it's a really good game. It's a really solid game. So I would definitely recommend that one if you can find it. I'd recommend the console versions just because as far as I can remember, like, it originally came out on the 3DS, and then it eventually came out on at some point it came out on like PS3 and 360 and maybe Wii U, either Wii U or Wii or both, or one or the other. Anyway, I played it on PS3 because I think at the time it was actually only like 99 cents. There was like a sale on a bunch of Cartoon Network games they were only 99 cents a piece. Kind of interesting. Like these turtles, the way they look interesting. Let's see here. Why do they have me kill puppies? I don't like killing puppies. But it's a video game, so it's whatever. Let's see here. So yeah, Cartoon Network Punch Time Explosion. If you find it sometime, it's not a bad game.
Thanks, Spyro. I'd love to help you catch Nasty, but I'd really hate to be trapped in Crystal again.
Don't worry. The only one that's gonna be trapped is him.
Whoa! I don't know. So this stream may or may not be as long, end up being as long as the previous stream. Yeah, the previous stream actually took me almost 3 hours. But that's because I've finished like around half the game. Let's see here.
Thank you for releasing me.
You are quite welcome. Yeah, Yeah, these dragons aren't all voiced by Clancy Brown. Like just about every dragon in the original version was voiced by Clancy Brown. Let's see. There we go. All right. Got every single thing. Oof. Stretching my legs there. And then I've got a cat right here. My little kitty cat. Mew mew mew. Anyway, let's see here. Yeah. There we go. Now then, let's go to this level. This level has some really beautiful music. Like this is some great stuff right here. Both the original and this one. That castle is so lofty. Oh gosh. Oh. See now, okay, so there's games where I can, there's been games where I love playing through them, but I don't always like, you know, playing through them a lot in a row. And, hold on just a moment. There we go. There's all, like, there are some games that, like, I'll play through it every once in a while. And I'm just like, you know, I don't want to play through the story over and over, and you know, all that stuff. Spyro, the Crash and Spyro games are exceptions to that. Just a moment, folks. Alexa, stop. Sometimes she thinks that we're talking to her. Bless her soul. Why didn't I break that? That's so weird. Anyway. Crash and Spyro games, like at least the original ones, are games that I really can play over and over and still enjoy them. Not that I try to, but like I played this game just a few months ago. And normally, there's certain games where I wait like for about a year, at least a year or so, before I try playing them again, or at least like a really long time, basically, before I start playing them again. Whereas, like these games and Crash and stuff, I like to play like every once in a while, even within the same year, you know. Play through them, you know.
Fairies are always on your side, Spyro.
That stump is so hard to get to, I swear. Like that stump, I always feel stumped. But yeah, so yeah, that's one of the skill points. Getting either your skill point or achievement. I can't remember which one. Which is interesting because skill points are actually kind of the early. They're like the earlier versions of achievements and trophies and stuff. Like which I mean, skill points are like only, like for a while were only like in the Insomniac games. Like you had them starting with Spyro 2. You had skill points, and then all the way to I think one of the Ratchet and Clanks. It's really hard to get up there. I don't think I'm supposed to do it that way, but it still feels like I should be able to do it that way. It's dumb. Dumb as hell. Okay. Alright. Alright. Ugh. Crap. Let me see if I can get. Yeah. Go ahead and get up one of these. I kind of put it in a place that's just really hard to get to. I guess that's why it's a skill point for getting it. Well, if it is a skill point. Oh wait. Yeah. It's hard to get to. But that is indeed the stump that they're talking about. Let's see. Ow! Yep, I figured I'd get an achievement for that. Let's see. Again, I don't know for sure if you see that or not. I don't think you do. I don't think you do, but oh no. Oh, alright. Be sure I got the gems of both of them. I did. Flying through the air.
Ah, Spyro, thanks. Supercharge will get you to new places here in Lofty Castle, too. See where it takes you.
So, in the original version, I really didn't know for sure if when he said when the dragon said Lofty Castle 2, it almost sounded like it could have been either Lofty Castle the sequel to, or oh my gosh, I almost made that. Either Lofty Castle 2 like the sequel or Lofty Castle also. And like the way he said it was very vague to me. I couldn't tell. But luckily this game helped me figure that out, or helped me realize what they were saying, which is 2 as in like T-O-O. Ah shoot, I didn't need to go up here. Anyway, yeah, there's a little fun fact there. Okay. Oh, I made it. Okay, I think I gotta do that. There we go. And I still didn't get all the gems. But at least I got something. Let me go up there one more time. Get that. I was wondering there. I didn't know what was going on.
Thank you for releasing me.
You're quite welcome. Yeah, eventually I guess they were like, alright, we don't have anything else to add. Let's just have them still say thank you for releasing me. An item didn't disappear real quick, and I couldn't flame the enemy. I couldn't flame the enemy's balloon. Why is this game already almost 3 years old? Like, or you know, this collection of games or whatever. Why is it already almost 3 years old? It's like in at least on Xbox One and PS4. But yeah, this game came out in November of 2000 or yeah 2000. You hear me right now? Sparks. Yeah, this game came out in 2018. November of 2018. I can't remember the exact date, but man, time is flying way too fast. That's the thing about becoming an adult. The older you get, the more time seems to fly by. I do have everything now. Huh. Well, I thought I didn't, but here we are. So anyway, the older you get, the more time flies. Because I can still remember pretty well. I mean, this was like I graduated high school nearly 10 years ago. Like I graduated in May, I think it was still May of 2012. So less than a year from now, it'll be 10 years since I've graduated from high school. Which just feels way too weird. And and my sister, who's in her 30s now, I mean, she graduated high school almost, approaching 2 decades ago. I think it's like 15 years ago, I think? Yeah, 15 years ago. Anyway, yeah, this is all that's left right here. I think. Could be wrong. Yeah, let's see. Yeah, this is the last level. Jacques. Jackie. Like, Jock looks like Jackie or something, you know. Jacques. But it's Jacques. Like, how do you get Jacques out of that? That's also the name of an iconic bird online. Jontron's bird. Oh gosh, so in the original version of this game, which I'm sure you've heard me talk about before if you watch my other stuff, but in this game, whenever you play through what am I trying to say here? These enemies, whenever they try to hit you, they make this special noise in the original one. This is really weird, but it's just so funny because it really sounds like they're going, because they play it twice in a row, so it sounds like they're going, gay, gay. This is sounds that it sounds like they're saying. It's really funny. It's kind of an inside joke with me and my siblings.
Thank you for releasing me, Spyro. Take care.
Well, they gave him something different to say. At least I think he doesn't say that in the original. Pretty sure he doesn't, because the majority of the time in the original they just say thank you for releasing me. I like how well, in the original version of this game, they kind of make a joke about, like, or the way the tone of Spyro's voice is like, whenever he's about to face the boss in this level, he's like anything before this battle. This kind of said it like in a sarcastic way, like yeah, this sure is a battle, all right, you know. But in this version, of course, they didn't go with it. They made it a little less sarcastic in this game, a little less, you know. I don't know if it's just to give him a nicer image or what, but yeah, like, you know, whenever they talk to him about, like, certain things, it's, you know, it's kind of changed the way, the tone of his voice and stuff. Not just because he has a different voice actor. Let me be sure I got everything. I just feel like, shoot. I want to achieve this little thing that's meaningless. There. I achieved my meaningless task. Wasn't an achievement or a skill point. It was just, I just felt like doing it. So you know what feels really weird? We saw the voice cast of you know, the voice cast was revealed. This is ridiculous. This is another one of those things where it's just like, come on now, you know, this is kind of hindering us. We're just trying to get across, and, you know, maybe I'm not doing the flight at the very top of my jump, but it's kind of what am I trying to say here? It's like we saw. Okay, so we saw the voice cast for the Mario movie that's supposed to come out next year. And a majority of the actors are like more well-known actors. kind of funny who all they chose because you know we know the actors and we know the characters, and it's just we just don't see them as well working with each other. You know, it's just kind of funny. But the person who a majority of the ones who at least talk for the guys that I could see, they're all older than me. The one who talks for Peach, however, is younger than me. And that just feels so weird. Like, not by much. Like, she was born in 96 and I was born in 94. But, like, it just feels so weird that a character who's supposed to be an adult is playing an adult. And, I mean, obviously she's an adult too, but, like, is younger than me. And I'm pretty sure that also makes me feel old a little more. That's cool. Makes me feel a little more old. That, you know, the series I grew up with, that now a character who is playing an adult, is younger than me. I mean, there's probably gonna be a point if Mario's still going, where Mario will technically be younger than me. Like his character and stuff, be younger than me. And that's gonna make me feel really old. I mean, heck, when Mario first came out, and like he was Mario and stuff, my dad was younger than the age that Mario was supposed to be. And at some point in life, you know what I mean. It just isn't fair. Let's see here. Where all did I miss some? Okay, I get this one, but where all did I miss? Okay, I just need to go down here. Marks, if there are some more and you didn't point them out to me, I'm gonna kill you.
Any advice before this battle?
Advice? A wise dragon once told me aim high in life, but watch out for flying boxes.
Huh?
At least I kept that. He said it in a slightly different way, but at least I kept that. Yeah, notice in the original version, Spyro, or like whenever you hit him, he doesn't really have a hit animation, like an animation where he's been hit until you actually kill him. There we go. All right, and this should finish it off. It didn't. I told you, Sparks. You should have pointed to the ones before this. Wait, did I mess it up here? Well, what the heck? I guess it's one of those gems that Sparks didn't grab. How many skill points did I... Interesting. Honestly, I almost might as well just go and get the skill point before I whatever. Might as well just finish the skill points. I've only got 2 left, and the next one, that's like the last one, is gonna be relatively easy. Let's see. You know, I think... Let's see. I think I may do that. After I get to the last world, after unlocking stuff, I'm just going to go ahead and go back and then get the skill point, and then go and get the, you know... Because that's just... It's going to be kind of weird to just go through and get skill points, but then you only have 1 skill point. Well, 2 right now, but like... It's going to be so easy to get the other one. Let's see.
Well done, Spyro. I hope you know what lies in store for you. Nasty's world is not the friendliest place you'll ever find. Are you ready to go?
See ya. Definitely not Roger Craig Smith at all. So he says he feels more right at home with comedy stuff with Sonic. Roger Craig Smith is the current one who talks for Sonic. When in all honesty, I think he could do a more serious Sonic. It's just that Sega, like he's done more serious Sonic, but like the directions they gave him were just so, ugh. Cause like I think he's not my favorite Sonic voice, but I think he does a fine job. It's just, you know.
Hey, didn't I already free you?
You're in Nasty's world now, Spyro. And you are the dragon that must defeat him.
Bring him on. I'm ready.
Reach the exit in each of Nasty's lands. Then you can challenge the Nork himself.
So like in the original version, so that was actually a dragon that we freed before, and I never actually paid attention to the fact that because all these dragons kind of blend together, I never paid attention to the fact that almost every single dragon you rescue in Nasty's world are dragons you've already rescued before in other worlds. Here's the thing though, hold on.
Tulip.
Wait, shoot! I didn't need to do that. I could have just teleported there with my guidebook. Oh well. But yeah. In the original version, you except for like one dragon, which I'm pretty sure may have been left over by accident. I don't know for sure. Except for one dragon, you rescue dragons you've already rescued before, as far as I could tell and remember and stuff. The dragon you just rescue when you get there, I mean, this time it's the one that you've rescued in the artisan homes. But in this world, like the one over here. But here like the one in the original version is actually the first dragon you rescue up there, like you know, the very first one you're probably meant to rescue and stuff, the one that kind of leads you to. Well, he like it's supposed to be the same one, but he was he's like orange or red or something in the original version, but they still act like he's the same one. I was like, what are you doing here? But then the funny thing is, he's supposed to be a separate dragon in Town Square, but it's like the same model and same color. And how do you screw something like that up? Anyway, we need to go to Stonehill. Well, yeah, how do you screw that up? So anyway, let's see. I don't know what I'm doing anymore. Yeah, I'm just gonna go through and get the find that little tulip thing, whatever it's called. What is it called? Yeah, pink tulip. Problem is, there's a lot of pink flowers and it kind of blends in, and I don't know the exact details of a tulip. Which I found it before, but it is a little hard to do. I think it's somewhere around here, if I remember correctly. It's somewhere through here, I think. Yeah, there it is. Okay, we're done here. Art gallery unlocked. I'll check that out after I'm done with. I'm gonna check that out after I finish the other world. But let's go back to Ganasty's. Yes, travel there. Now that we got all the skill points there. Let's see. Actually, I might save the art gallery for after I beat all the games. I don't know. We'll see. Alright, let's see here. I think I got all the gems I have access to right now. Okay, that Nasty's Nexus or whatever is the only level you can't complete just yet. But if you just go in order with these levels, it's not really a big deal. It's not necessarily backtracking as much, but it's the only one where you can't complete it right away. Gnorc Cove. Oh shoot. Interesting. I don't think I can capture that right now, but I sure enjoyed that. Okay, so at least in this game, I'll be going back to at least get all the achievements at some point. Let's see. TNT. Let's see. Oh yeah, be up there good. I don't think I've had any viewers this time around. I usually get at least one that isn't me. I usually get at least one, but evidently, I haven't gotten any. No one's really interested right now, or everyone's busy that would actually watch. Alright, there we go. I was trying to aim at him, but I'm not disappointed. Ow! Let's see if I can pull this off. Ah, dang it. Oh, well, I was originally gonna... I was trying to get him to hold the TNT that was about to blow up. Ah. Oh well. I think you get an achievement for doing that, but oh well. We'll figure it out at some point. Latif. Yep, we know we've rescued Latif.
Keep up the good work, Spyro. I expect Nasty's really starting to worry about you.
I'd be shaking in my Gnorc boots if I were him.
Queen El Latif. That's funny because it's meant to be, yeah. Okay, they want me to do it like this. Sometimes I get in these moods to like make some games and stuff through like getting the making games, and like it gets to the point where I'm just like, all right, let's see if I can pull this off. There we go. It gets to a point where like even games where you can't share your creations anymore, like that's long gone. Even though that's like, okay, basically where I'm getting at is I was working on some levels and stuff for Project Spark, like for Conquer, and Project Spark hasn't been like active since hasn't had active servers since like I'll say 2016 or 17 or something. I think 16. Hasn't had active servers since then, and I still work on it because I just get in these moods to like create my own things. I don't know what it is, but like I don't know if that's a sign that I'd like to work on my own game, but even well, I'm seeing the very basic version of that. So I doubt that, like, if I actually got in to help create and program some games, I think that would probably be a nightmare for me. I'm not at all gonna say that voice acting is easy. It's not, but it's definitely one of the easier like famous type things or work in terms of like doing stuff like that, being involved in things, famous things. And what does Thomas have to say?
Wow, I never thought I'd be rescued, especially by such a little dragon. What I mean is, I always believed in you, Spyro.
You gotta believe.
I'm pretty sure they had him. I'm pretty sure they had him say that a little differently so that the copyright for, because originally he was referencing. I don't know. I could be wrong, but like, it's supposed to be a reference to Parappa the Rapper. Like somewhere around there where you get an achievement for doing something. Aim fire! Aim fire. Fun fact, here's the key, but if you're good enough, hold on. If you're good enough to pull this off, if you have your right skill, you can do this. Hold on. Now, luckily, any of the it'd be cool to get like an achievement or trophy for doing one of these things. If you, luckily, they don't give you, like, they don't have achievements for things that you couldn't just replay on the, yeah, you could just blow that up, and I still have the key. But they don't give you, like, achievements and stuff for things that, like, you know, if you didn't get it in time, then you'd have to start over the game. They don't do stuff like that, luckily. But, you know, so it's only things that you can like redo if you want to. Yeah. That's great. Wow, that was garbage, but also funny. Ugh. Anyway, still have the key. But yeah, what was I gonna say? Oh yeah, let's see here. But yeah, I'm drawing a blank here. I don't remember what I was gonna say. Sorry, folks. That happens a lot. And I repeat that it happens a lot. There we go. That did it. There we go. Fly, fly, eagle, fly, fly off the tracks. Oh no. This is like Dolly Parton had a song, something about fly, eagle, fly, and it was kind of, I can't remember if the ride came out first or a song came out first. I'm not a Dolly Parton dictionary or anything, but apparently one of my friend's brother, like she said fly somewhere, fly to somewhere, and then like my friend's brother said, "Fly, eagle, fly, fly off the tracks," or something like that. Talking about Eagle Ride, a Screaming Eagle or whatever it's called at Dollywood. You can thank the ESRB for having it to where, even though in the original E-rated game they have regular looking machine guns and all that stuff, in the E-rated game, in this E10 rated game, they have paintball guns. They're still able to have TNT and knives and stuff, of course, but they're not allowed to have guns because logic. So basically, I mean, I don't want to spoil too much, but if I ever actually finish it. I actually make a joke about that in this Conquer game I'm making on Project. Yeah, you can have all this stuff like okay, you can have knives, swords, bombs, TNT, all this stuff. But guns, no, can't have that, can't have that. In these kids things. Unless the person's an absolute bad guy. Because heroes don't use that stuff. But anyway, but yeah, like, it was just like, I don't know. Like the ESRB said, if you give them regular guns, the game would have gotten a T rating, basically. They would have given this game a T rating if they had gone with normal guns. And that's really ridiculous. But then there's a certain thing that happens in Spyro 3. Oh yeah, and in Spyro 3, they have pistols. They have regular pistols on there. No difference there. So what the heck is going on here? And you have Shadow the Hedgehog. They have all kinds of guns that are like realistic, not realistic. And that game got an E10 rating. Cosmos.
Thank you for rescuing me.
Ah, pull a little trick there. Now they had him say, "Thank you for rescuing me." It almost sounded like they knew what they were doing there. Like they were saying, "Thank you for rescuing me." Anyway, even though wait a minute, no, I was backtracking there. But yeah, you have oh lord, yeah, I'm this one really gets on my nerves with a certain achievement. If you don't know exactly where they're at, there's these little cogs in this level, and like one or two of them are so hidden. So hidden that it's just so ridiculous. Like it's one thing to explore every little, like those things. It's one thing to explore every single little area. It's another thing to make to find all the hidden collectibles, and it can be rewarding, like I said earlier. It's another thing when they're too hidden. When they're too hidden, that's when it gets ridiculous. And I feel like these cogs, there's like one or two of them that are too hidden, because they blend in too much of to the lighting and stuff. But I won't worry about that right now, and I mean I won't feel any shame for looking it up online if I forget again. Cletus.
Look out for no commandos, Spyro.
They better be on the lookout for me.
Yeah, I think Cletus, like, is either still Cletus or is a different dragon that had a completely different look, and it's like you don't see that dragon anywhere else in the game in the original version, whereas in this one they actually replaced him with a dragon you did see before. Or at least matches up with his name, whatever the case is. Alright. Just the way how fast he was going that way, it was funny. It was amusing. I don't know what kind of laugh that was. I just heard it, my echo do it, or you know, when you actually hear it in the stream. Anyway. Okay. The inside of my nose is so itchy. I hate when it's the inside of your nose because obviously the thing is that it looks like you're picking your nose. Of course. We have paintball guns. Come on now. I'm not saying it has to be like it's just so necessary to have realistic looking guns. But come on now. The reasoning is dumb. Let's see. Yeah, the reasoning for the replacement is really dumb. And also the fact that they still have pistols in this game by the third one. That's almost like that's about as dumb. That's almost the same amount of dumb as whenever they had Conquer Live and Reloaded being like Bad Fur Day being censored in most areas, but then in the Live and Reloaded part of the game, you can uncensor everything. Like, what's the point? What was the point in censoring Bad Fur Day if you were just gonna have it be uncut for some of the game anyway, you know? Like, to be honest, Conker's Bad Fur Day, the Live and Reloaded version, well, heck, even the original version, could almost pass off as a T-rated game for these days. Like, especially Conquer Live and Reloaded Bad Fur Day. That could just about pass off as a. Are you freaking kidding me? Okay. Hold on, let's see if I can do this. Ew. There we go. Whew. Oh boy. Get some rats before I go any further. Get some rats to get some butterflies to, you know. Anyway, oh, and if you die, the cogs start over, so that's annoying. Like, it doesn't matter if you have a checkpoint or not. If you die, you're starting over with the. I think that's how it is. Because I noticed a cog that I'd already burned, and it was back again. I wonder what Sylvester was doing. I wonder what my cat was doing, but he's like licking himself and stuff, but licking his paws. Anyway, yeah, at some point, I already said that, but anyway, yeah, Conquer Live and Reloaded. It was really done. Like, okay, I don't see them censoring some stuff as a reason the reason the game is inferior to Bad Fur Day. Is it dumb? Yeah, especially given that like the Live and Reloaded part has, you can make it to where you can completely uncensor it. But in terms of controls, the Live and Reloaded version of Bad Fur Day is the superior version in terms of controls and the controller you can use. Like that is better than the original version. I will say that. In terms of multiplayer and some things here and there, Bad Fur Day or the N64 version is better. That's just kind of how I feel. If you're wondering why I'm able to, in case you're wondering if you had watched this live, which looks like no one's really going to watch it while it's live. But like, if you happen to be watching this, if you're wondering why I'm able to do it a little later in the day, that's because I was a little later in terms of my time. That's because there's people usually around here, and like they get home around 3 or so, and yeah, they get home around 3 or so, and or around that time, yeah. So that's why I usually got to quit around 3, around East Tennessee's time. Yeah. So, and they usually interrupt, and not that I can't with them around, but like sometimes forget that I'm streaming and they interrupt me. So yeah, that is the reason why I usually stream at around 12 or 1 p.m. and you know. And during the weekdays. They're off on the weekends. I hate the perspective sometimes because it look like I've had trouble before, as you've seen, but like where it looks like they're closer than they are, and then like your flame doesn't reach them, and you know. Let me double check everything. Oh shoot. He's a scaled now. Let me check. Let me just double check that I got everything. You notice I haven't been like, oh, we finally made it. Yeah, see, look, it's a good thing I came through here. It's not, you know, I'm not like, oh, we finally made it to Nasty Nork. It's because he's just as pathetic as all the other bosses. He has just a tiny bit more fluff. Oh, yeah, I think you get an achievement for running through all this like 3 times or something. Achievement skill is achievement. Let's see. All the treasure at the moment. But yeah, charging, you have to charge like the entire time and go around like 3 times or so. Or it's either that or have Nasty run around 3 times. However many times it is. I'll just keep running until he, you know. Which it can be somewhat hard to do this when, he looks kind of weird running in this game. And then, like, not that he didn't look weird in the original, but in the original, I'm just so used to... You know, like the sound effects of his feet running around. I'm trying to think. I think, was it 180? I think 180 minutes means like 3 hours, right? We may reach that. Or is it 5 times? I can't remember. It's like somewhere between like 3 and 5 times you have them run around, and then you get an achievement. Or 4. I don't remember. We'll see. Again, I'll just keep running until he's until we get it. There's certain achievements that I know I can achieve a little easier, and that's what I'm going for. Let's see if this is it. Yep, this is it. Yeah, 5 times. It's a little excessive, but yeah, you get 30 gamer score. However you say that. You know, I've hardly ever actually caught up to him like this as fast as I did.
You're toast, Nork.
Sounded a bit different there, Spyro did.
Sorry I took so long. Almost forgot about you guys.
What about Ganasty Ganork?
Nasty Nork is toast.
So now there's order again in the Dragon Kingdom?
Well, mostly. I've still got some treasure to find.
What will you do next?
I'd say the sky's the limit.
Spyro Reignited Trilogy. We're not done yet. Let's see. Let's see here. Got one more dragon to get. And that's it. Got one more dragon to get. Which is Magnus, I think. Yeah.
Nasty's ancient history now. So, what's in there?
I believe this is Nasty's treasure hoard. But the gate will only open if you have found everything in the Dragon Kingdom. Come back when you have reached 100%.
There we go. I have reached 100%. And now we're off to finish off Ganassi's loot. I don't know what it is about the silent G, or if it's actually meant to be Ganassi, you know, but whatever. What's interesting about this one is that it's like you can, you know, you do all this, and the higher you get, the higher up you can fly around freely. There are no enemy. Okay, technically the only thing that can really hurt you is the water down there, and that's it. Since you can, well, that was kind of weird, but all right. But yeah, this is the last level of the game. What the heck are you doing, Spyro? I've already reached that far. And yeah, you got the thieves. So the thieves never really go away. They just have different purposes by the end of this game. Like, cause you notice they were in let's see, they were just about everywhere except the Dreamweaver's world. I think I didn't really pay attention that much, but I think that was the only world where there were no thieves. It's interesting. I'll get more of the treasure here in a bit. Just imagine someone coming in this level after getting everything and then deciding, nah, I'm not gonna get the treasure here, you know, all the treasure here. And of course, the mass majority, if not all of it, is our gold gem or yellow gems and purple gems or whatever they are, whatever color they are. Which I guess you could say gold gems and well, purple gems. Let me be sure. I got every skill point, right? Yeah, I did. But yeah, I'll be looking for more of the gems after I get like maximum height and stuff. By the way, come here, come here. So here's the thing: is that eventually he goes like underneath the pipes, and that's what you can catch up to. See, the thieves here, I think either they're faster or they're just as fast as you. But the way you can cut them off in certain corners, and that's how you get them. That's how you get them through the game. Although they can turn around or they go above you, and it gets annoying. It can get really annoying. And again, the perspective makes it look like you're hitting it, but it's not counting, and you know, it gets on my nerves, you know. What was that? What was that? Whoa, 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 whoa. What are you doing? Have a count. Have a count. Come on. Dude, it's like right there. Come on. There. Good lord. I hear myself again in the echo. My echoing voice. Ah, okay. So here's the one thing I've thought about before. You have people who oh, that was easy. You have people who what am I trying to say here? Who will say like complain that like there's a lot of levels in certain like competitive games that like requires you use certain characters, and let's say one of them's not your favorite, or one of them is you want to use your favorite but it wouldn't match a certain level, and then you know, or it wouldn't match like certain levels, and you know you couldn't achieve your goal unless you use a character you're not really wanting to use all that much, or it's not your favorite, and they complain about that. I swear you've got the same type of people when whenever they do have it set to where every character is evenly matched, and like there's no special stats and stuff to where, you know, you can use your favorite at any time, where they say, well then there's nothing unique about it, about the character, what's the point, you know, that kind of thing. And it's just like, what are you doing here? Like how you get all the way up here, it's just one gem, one gold gem. But let me go ahead and get everything. I'll get all these fireworks set up. All these fireworks! Get them all set off. Anyway, alright. Any more fireworks? Alright, Sparks, show me where the rest of the loot is. there? Or somewhere? Oh, you're pointing up here. Okay. Yeah, this should be where the rest of the loot is. I mean, if it's not, then, you know. Hey, look, it's Nasty's, Nasty's place. Got every single gem. 100% of the level. Good lord, 90. Let's see. Imagination. Rhymes with devastation. Confidence. There's nothing standing between you and your goal but a little tiny purple dragon. Knowledge is the power to turn. Let's see. Yeah. Knowledge is the power to turn dragons to crystal. Patience is for dragons. That's so dumb, man. Okay, and some are repeated, but practice. Hold on. If I can see this correctly. Oh, well, you know what? I can just always pause it or just look at it in some way. Practice. My eyesight isn't as good as it used to be, so let me look at it through my phone here. That sounds good. Hold on. Oh. It's not about being the best. It's about destroying everyone else. So anyway, let's go ahead and finish this thing.
Spyro the Dragon, you defeated Gnasty Gnorc, collected the dragon eggs, saved all the dragons, and recovered every bit of treasure in the Dragon Kingdom. How do you feel?
I feel fired up, Bob. And I'm happy for the dragon world, of course. I certainly wouldn't want to spend the rest of my dragon days butting heads with Gnasty Gnorc and his weird minions.
What's a minion?
Never mind. You know what they say. For every good battle, you need a good adversary. And I felt that Gnasty, in spite of his misguided nature, was a worthy opponent. Uh-oh. Here we go again.
I like how that really doesn't go anywhere, because it... yeah, it doesn't really go anywhere, so, you know. The adventure continues. Except not right now. Because we are about done with the stream. Wait for it. Alright. And, so yeah, that was Spyro 1 in Spyro's, in Spyro Reignited Trilogy. So yeah, I hope you all enjoyed me playing this, watching me play this game. I forgot to turn the map on. That's something I completely forgot to do. Interesting. Oh, anyway, that's fine though. So anyway, thanks for watching, and just remember to, if you're watching this on YouTube, like and subscribe, and follow my Twitch. If you're on my Twitch and you haven't followed it yet, then follow my Twitch if you want to. If you want to keep watching and get notified about when I go live and all that stuff. And all together, watching, and goodbye now.